welcome back to Lessons and Reflections with Stacy, and in today's video I will be discussing the lessons that I've learned in hopes to, it hopes to encourage you guys to see things in a different perspective, and yeah, to so y'all could be in my business and figure out the lessons that I learned. Okay, so let's just get into the video. So I did write down the lessons that I learned on a piece of paper just so that I can be focused and not be all over the place, because sometimes my brain could be rambling. So anywho, let's just get right into it. So this is not in any order. So lessons I learned. First one, not everything has to be announced. I definitely learned that, and I learned that the hard way. I feel like just being an outspoken person in general, I feel like I tend to just speak every single thing that's on my mind, and just sometimes not having the consideration of others' feelings, and just everything that's on my mind, I could just say it without even realizing how it's coming across. But I definitely learned, I feel like not everything has to be announced that's on your brain. Just because it's on your brain doesn't mean you have to announce it. You get what I mean? I feel like it's a time and a place for everything, and this just pretty much go hand in hand with not giving my unsolicited advice. So if someone is talking to me or expressing certain things to me or venting, doesn't necessarily mean that they want my feedback. It just means that they just probably want to be heard. Everybody want to be heard. So that's definitely what I learned, is that not everything has to be announced, and to be considerate for other people's feelings. And sometimes being an outspoken person, and I'm sure a lot of outspoken people out there could pretty much understand where I'm coming from. It's like, we always want to just announce every single thing, but yeah, it's uncalled for. I feel like sometimes we have to just listen, hush up, and just provide that listening ear, and that's all. So yes, that was one of them. The second one is be careful what you wish for. Not everything that you want is necessarily what you need, and I could say this for sure, because it went from me dying for something, like, oh my god, I want this, I want that. It could be relationships or a job, and then when I actually get what I asked for, that's not what I want. I was like, oh, this is what I went so crazy for. This is what I went in for. Like, nobody wants this. Nobody wants you. You get what I mean? So it's like, be really, really mindful of what you ask God for, because He's listening. He's listening. Be as detailed as possible if you have to. And just really focus more so on the need part, because I feel like the wants, it could come and go, and sometimes we want certain things for just that moment, and then we grow and be like, oh, this is actually not what we want. Like, this is not what I wanted. Like, I didn't want this. You get what I mean? But then at the same time, that's what I asked for. I wasn't in details of what I asked for. I just said exactly what I wanted at that moment. Just being young and dumb. So be really mindful. The things that you want is not always what you need. Definitely learned that. Okay. The third one. I am a strong believer in it's a background to everyone's actions, and that pretty much go hand in hand with not judging. You don't know what people are going through. Like, you really don't know. And it's so crazy, and I had to learn that in so many ways. I have so many different experiences, because I myself, I feel like we all could be judgy. Okay, we all could judge. I know I have, and sometimes we could judge without even knowing that we're judging. You get what I mean? Like, it doesn't even have to be intentional. It could just be us projecting our morals and what we would do or what we wouldn't do onto someone else without even knowing the reasoning behind why this person is the way they are, or why they're doing what they're doing. You get what I mean? So I think before we even pass that judgment, we have to like sit back, analyze, and get to know this person. Like, get to know them. Like, it's crazy, because at this age now, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with judging someone. I would really, like, my mind would be like, I'm curious to know, like, what happened in their life, how were they raised, what happened for them to be this way, because people don't just wake up being an evil person. You get what I mean? They're just like racism. Kids don't know color. kids is taught that. You get what I mean? So it's like really just sitting back and getting to know why people are the way they are. I feel like that would be way better opposed from just passing that judgment of what you think, and really just take the time and get to know them. You know, it's like you never know what people are going through, man. You really never know. And it could be a lot of people who's probably more like isolated than others, or probably a little bit more timid, or suffer from anxiety, or just like socially awkward in certain cases. It's like you don't know why they are the way they are. In some cases it could be mental issues, or it could be the experiences of probably being bullied before. It could be so many things. So I encourage you guys, before you pass judgment, get to know people. Just get to know them, because we all have a story. Trust me, our shit stinks. Okay, I don't know who anybody out there who has a perspective of, no, I'm perfect, my shit don't stink. No, it do. Everyone have a story. We all did something stupid in our past. We all have some kind of experience that we looking at it now as an adult. Like, if I would have known what I know now, best believe, baby, I would not be in that certain situation. So you get what I mean? So just give people the benefit of the doubt, and put yourself in their shoes before you start passing judgment on what you think people are, or what you think you know. Do you get what I mean? And eliminate the hearsayers out of your ear. You get what I mean? Because some people could hear something about somebody, then automatically pass that judgment on that person as if you know them. You get what I mean? Like, you never even met this person before. You just going to take what this person said and run with it. Like, no. Don't be easily influenced, okay? Have your own mind, and be more kind. That's all. Okay. So the fourth one, I've learned that people learn on their own time. Timing is everything. And I used to, like, because there's some certain things that I would hear and I know I wouldn't do it, or I know I would probably have a different outlook on certain things or handle things a little differently. I will project that on other people. Like, listen, you need to do this. You deserve better than this. And don't get me wrong, I feel like, everyone needs that supportive friend to remind them how dope they are. But I feel like it becomes a problem when you kind of projecting what you would do onto that other person and not give them the advice according to who they are. And I think that's what's so important, you know, not giving the advice from me, from who I am, from who we are, but really giving them advice according to who they are, you know. And I think that's so important, and giving them the time to learn from their mistakes, you know, be there, support them, but also don't project anything onto them. Just be like, listen, all right, listen, I will be here if anything goes left. I'm here. But, you know, this is not our battle to fight. And I think sometimes being a friend and witnessing certain things, or a family member or whatever, and you just being the overprotective one or witnessing certain things, I think that we tend to overstep that boundary and like want to, you know, automatically make their problems your problem, you know. And I get it. Trust me, I've been there. But it's important to understand that everybody learn differently. Everybody learn on their own time, no matter if they go through the same mistakes back to back. So what? So what? You know? Of course you want to support and encourage them to see otherwise, and make sure that they just keep reminding them that, you know, they're amazing people, they deserve more and all this, but at the same time, give them that space and opportunity to learn on their own. And that's something that I had to learn. Very hard though. It was very hard. But, you know, I had to learn that. And to be honest, I feel like I'm still learning more and more, because I'm a very overprotective person, especially when it comes down to people that I love. So I could say it's not easy. However, baby steps, right? Okay. So the last one. I'm sure I learned so many lessons throughout my years, but these are the 5 that really kind of mold me into being the woman that I am today, and really you know, shifted my perspective on life and just people. So the last one is don't project your fears and insecurities on other people. And I think that is so important. I literally witnessed so many times people projecting their fears and their insecurities on other people, and is like kind of like trying to live through other people. And I think that is the crazy way to go about things. I feel like if you want to do something, then you do it. Don't assume or project what you think you will want to do or what you want to do, but don't have the courage to do onto someone else. Because to me, it's not fair. It's a lot of pressure. And a lot of times people don't even want to do certain things that other people will want them to do. You get what I mean? Some people just fall into that habit because they probably unsure of who they are at the moment. Or try to just make the other person happy. But I feel like it's not fair. You know, if you want to do something and you find the courage to do it for yourself, opposed from trying to project that on somebody else, because that's not cool. That is not cool at all. And imagine just how that other person feel, especially someone who you know, is a little bit more passive, or who is not as outspoken, and really tell them like, hey, this is not what I want, this is what you want. Like, you know, I'm sure we've seen that a lot, and we experience that a lot, especially in households where parents want us to be something, a doctor, a lawyer, and we like, ain't nobody want to do that. Like, no, I want to do makeup. You get what I mean? And people just may not understand our us pretty much growing into our own lane. People don't understand that. And I think sometimes other people just, because they probably didn't get the chance to do it, or because they probably want to do it, but maybe I don't know, maybe they passed an opportunity, or the opportunity didn't present itself, that they want other people to be that. And it's like, no, if you want something, leave me out of it. That's what you want. We are individuals at the end of the day. Okay. So hold on, you wait. I need some water. My throat drained. I'm back. So yeah, guys, that was the last one. And I really encourage you guys to be a little bit more open with certain things. And I understand that it's extremely hard to overcome a habit. I get it. Sometimes when we're so immune to something, we stick into that way, and sometimes not even understanding that there's another way of thinking, because we're so used to just that one way, or what we was taught. You get what I mean? But I think it's important to challenge yourself and think outside the box, and be more you know, considerate and you know, sensitive towards other people. It's so important, especially in today's society, where I feel like nobody want to support anybody. People's serious problems become jokes, or it's all about, you know, how many views we have. So if that's hurting somebody else and belittling somebody else in order for me to get multiple views, then I'm gonna do it. And to me, that's so whack. You get what I mean? It's so whack. I feel like we need the support more than ever during this time. And why not be one of the reasons you change somebody's life, or help somebody out, or even put a smile on their face, you know? We all did something that I'm sure we regret, or we wish we never did. But we can't dwell on the past. We move on. I think what's more important is us being aware enough to know when those habits are coming back, and us just, you know, shifting it again and be like, okay, sorry, I apologize. And don't be afraid to apologize either. You know, I feel like sometimes like the pride and the ego gets so involved that it eliminates the genuine apology, or just eliminates just that, you know, just you being genuine. You know, I think just focus on the good in people. And don't get me wrong, I know there's like bad people out there, but focus on the good, and try to you know, point out the good in someone before you point out the negative. You know, it's so easy to point out the negative, and that even goes with us. We could be our worst critic. It's easy for us to be like, okay, I don't like this about myself, or I hate this, but let's try to practice bigging ourselves up, because I feel like it starts with us anyway. When we big ourselves up, and when we're confident within ourselves, and we feel good about ourselves, it naturally just reflects on other people too. And when we feel good, we can make other people feel good too, you know? So I hope this encourages you guys to you know, be aware of those bad habits, and you know, do something different. And you know, we all gotta figure this out together, and help one another out, you know, and just support one another, and encourage, you know, one another to do better in this world. That's all. But yeah, so that just sums up my video. And thank you so much for supporting. And please like, comment, subscribe. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye.